They're still in the compound of Media General. They're still Shane Jama. But of course, we wake you up in the morning with sunrise with Helen and Johnny and William. And then Black Rasta comes your way with the urban blend. And of course, the AJ. And of course, Giovanni comes your way with the drive. And if it's a Wednesday, then welcome to Unedited. What are we doing on the show today? Something very interesting. Something very, very interesting. So our guest is a gentleman who is doing the extraordinary. And when I say extraordinary, so he has a condition that ordinarily should prevent him from doing what he's currently doing. All right? But he's beat the odds and he's doing the same thing that, experts will tell you, per your condition, you're not supposed to. You don't even have a capability to. We're going to be speaking with Joshua. I'm not going to give away all his details as yet. Now, because Joshua is not exactly very audible, we'll have his mom and also a trainer, or if you like a caregiver, okay, telling us and sharing details about his condition and how come he's come this far. So if I were you, I would not touch my dial at all because you're about to get really, really inspired and motivated. I don't know what you're aspiring to do. I don't know what limitations are in your way, but if Joshua can do the things he's doing now, then what excuse do you have? I'm learning there's no excuse to not do what you really want to do. You just need to make up the mind that you can do it. We get into the Yes. Because for her, it took a different level of grace to bring Joshua, her son, up to where he is now.
I'm so sure.
All right, let me go on and say hello.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sister.
How are you doing today?
Nyame adom.
Nyame adom ho ye. What should I say?
Actually, a friend me Vida Obushi Togbo.
Vida Oboshi Togbo. You know, whenever I hear the name Oboshi, I don't know why I assume every Oboshi is big. You know, but he's not, you are not exactly big. Don't mind me. How's your day been today? Good?
By the grace of God.
It's been good. Nice. But it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you here. So, we're going to be juggling between yourself, Joshua, and our caregiver. Please, you have to join us as well. You need to join us as well. Yes, please. No, you need to join us as well. Okay, so that we can have a 360 conversation. Tell me about you. Where do you live? How many children do you have? Tell me.
Epacho, meti la.
Okay.
Na me marry omo Joshua papa so la.
Okay.
Me wie school no and I'm at the PAM.
Okay.
It's me PAM sa so many years.
Oh, I see.
But Joshua papa we
Right.
and I'm say me sister Agyeman.
Okay.
It's me be provision store. I was baby I'm PAM adina.
Okay. I see. So for those of you who are trying to understand what she's saying that, you know, she married Joshua's dad, and after Joshua's dad passed, she had a change of jobs, and now, you know, she's into dressmaking. So when are you making a dress for me? Sometime soon? Sometime soon, huh? I see. Did you grow up in La? Is that where you grew up, or you moved there because you got married there? Interesting. Tell me now, you know, what are some of the things now when this idea then what did you want to grow up to become?
Oh, okay. And this was this say meko masua adepam.
Okay.
Now me nti misua wo Accra Katamanton hono.
Right. I see. And what kind of family did you envisage? And now imagine say you have.
Okay.
Maybe a family of 6, 7, 3. What did you envisage your family life would be like?
I say me 3. By Joshua by no. Nechi ba bema oba ebaye.
Okay.
Ono so webu.
All right.
And actually me wuntafo.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So ba kuko akaba akope.
Oh. Into my immune is here. Joshua na your first born.
Joshua na your second.
Second born. Wow. Interesting. Talk to me about Joshua.
Okay.
Old name Joshua now how many years?
My name Joshua no. Na me wo 20 years. My name Joshua na me wo 20 years. But I papa eye juma wo Bema camp.
Okay.
It's me call hospital e wo 37.
Right.
And say she nyame me all right me did ye bibia fine. Say I won mu.
Okay.
And no chair. Yeah, train
all right.
Chair. And so by na affected ne sabako. And in Sano, actually, no, they didn't share incubator.
Okay.
And see, we call exercise, so yeah, exercise. Sa, echo drew baby out to me, a pigeon in Sano. By a bad feeling, actually, and we can, a straw can.
All right.
Meaning Adrian call 37 AM. Baby, I walk pandian and a a whole. And see, Sai Hon Enna, Nino, on to me, you soon, Papa Via.
In Swinium Nidia, there were no complications in your womb. The doctors didn't say anything about any form of deformity. Nothing like that. It was rather at the point of labor when he was being delivered. That was when you had a prolonged delivery, and that affected his mobility. So, then diagnostics and doctors edema concerning Joshua. What did they say medically is his challenge?
Oh, my country nearby say almost started say you call physio.
Okay.
And say hono na ye di na share machine na wa massage no na sanu nyina and almost say me hwe ne ye nti say bibia na Russia ko 37. Oh man country and I say or start to say opija ne sana ne nru so my nru e man sa.
So at what point now realize you say the condition, it's not one that can be reversed or can be treated. Now we dia he.
Yeah, onya at least I say work bia when why you cry 1 year.
Okay.
As I say on 90.
Right.
Nti ho na me start ho ye say otumi gina ho ba. So be 29 day ontumi ntu.
Right.
Ti kakra na your boy you see e be yi e draw ye my e draw there all the time na my so onya 2 years and nyina me man no fu nto na 2 years no and I hold no start to say 90
right into one case whether he's autistic or he has cerebral palsy, they didn't give you any particular diagnostics.
No, mama
at that point I realized said the condition looks like a permanent. As mother, how did you feel about it?
Me ya kakra mum.
Eyo ya kakra. Minim so beka say yo ya bebre.
Beka di say.
Minim so beka say yo ya bebre. Kakra.
Say na ya me ya no fa no. Mi ankasa mi bompae ka che Nyankopon say. Oma mi akoma na mi fa. Because me can say me so a me week kra wan hwe ya.
Right.
Into me enhwe ni yi. Ti ho na Nyankopon so ma ti mi Bible no ma mi ahoden na me de hwe nti onyi onya be 3 years no and I'm starting to obeku school.
Okay.
Me ko nursery.
Regular school.
Me de ko nursery. Sa nti okọ amene ne ko. Ye aka kakra be pom school so. Na me de na aba. Me hun say eyi no adwen no wo ho.
Okay.
Ba the kasa no and I problem am so all the time na me disturb on kasa mu me pese o kasa
right
de bia na me kasa guni so no and I start to say
or kasa kakra. Interesting. Speaking of Joshua, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're fine. There's a headphones I think you can wear if you're comfortable with it, okay? So put on the headphones so you can hear your voice. How are you? You're good. Let's adjust his microphone for him as well. Much better. I understand that you have been looking forward to coming to TV3, to Media General. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, and you're finally here.
I thought I go to one.
Oh, I saw you taking photos with Giovanni. You watch him on Date Rush? On Date Rush? Yes. You watch it very often, huh?
Yes.
I see.
He's my biggest fan.
Oh. Jill, did you hear that? We're delighted to have you here. I was just talking to Mommy about your childhood and how you were growing up and all of that. I'll be coming to the things that I know that you love to do, right?
Okay.
But tell me, how did you learn to use your web skills, the internet? Who introduced you to it?
Okay. I got it from my sister.
From your sister?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Your older sister?
No.
Your younger sister?
Yes.
All right. On her phone or on the laptop?
On her phone.
On her phone?
Yes.
Wow.
And she's my dad with us on my final computer.
Computers?
Yes.
Okay.
So I started learning the that computer,
Yeah.
the laptop, on my own.
On your own.
Yeah.
Nobody thought you.
No.
Wow.
I tried that on my own. Sometimes I would tell Mom, give me one, I want to go to cafe.
Really?
Yeah.
You asked mommy to give you money to go to the cafe.
Yeah. Because I love the computer.
Yeah.
And I want to use it.
Yeah. So when you go to the cafe, usually do you go and play game or you actually go away?
No. Sometimes I hold the mouse.
Okay. You learn to use a mouse.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Though I was sleeping, but I tried.
Yes.
And I don't want anyone
To
to
help you.
me.
I was going to say that. So when you go, are they very receptive to help you?
Yeah,
or they
they are.
Okay. But you don't want them to help you.
No.
Why is that?
Because I like to do everything on my
Yourself.
own. And I have one uncle
You have an uncle.
Yeah.
Okay.
who have to make him on computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been watching him when he's doing it.
Sometimes I don't like to sleep.
Okay.
I'll be thinking the whole night.
Interesting. The whole night when
Yeah.
people are sleeping, you will be up trying to use a computer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I like the features.
Yeah.
I can use the computer and
Yes.
use it very well.
You come across as somebody who is very independent. You like to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
Isn't that difficult sometimes? Because, you have a bit of a mobility challenge.
Oh, I have that from my mother and my father.
You learnt being independent from your mother and your father. I see.
Yeah.
You watch them and they're very independent.
Yeah,
So you want to
yeah.
be very independent too.
I don't want in there. I want to do everything on my own.
Are you able to do everything on your own? Everything?
Yes, everything.
From taking your own shower, putting on your own clothes,
Yeah.
going out and coming back alone. Are you able to do all of that yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
At what age did you become so independent?
Oh,
At a very early age?
I want you to tell me.
Around 6 to 7 years.
Yeah.
And it was because you're watching your parents do it, or is it because there was not a lot of social support to help you?
There are a lot of social.
Okay, people to help you.
But I don't.
You don't want them to help you.
No.
Is it because when somebody helps you, you feel, you feel like you are not capable of doing things?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the reasons.
Is one of the reason.
Yeah.
You don't want people to think that you need their help.
No.
Right.
I want people to see me and get inspired.
Wow. You want people to see you and get what?
Inspired.
Inspired. That you can do everything yourself.
They can also do
Themselves.
it.
I mean, your level of motivation is something else. Gosh, I'm learning so much from you. I mean, I'm speechless because somebody would have thought that you need people to do everything for you, but here you are saying you don't want, even though you have a problem with mobility, you don't want anyone assisting you. You want to do everything yourself, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you're helping me, I feel like as if you are worrying me.
When they're helping you, you feel like they're worrying you. Interesting. I'll come back to you, but let me also have a quick conversation with this gentleman, and he's important to this conversation because you just happen to have met Joshua, right?
Yes.
Please draw the microphone closer to you. Right. Can you kindly introduce yourself by name?
So I'm Jonathan Ahun.
Jonathan
Ahun.
Ahun.
Yes.
Okay, so Jonathan, how do you know Joshua and the mom?
I lived with Joshua and the mom. Actually, I'm a tenant.
You're a tenant?
And yes. It's the grandmom who happened to be the
landlady.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I met Joshua there. So over time, we became friends, and along the way, we actually bonded.
Interesting.
Yes.
I mean, you're a tenant who you're there because, you're going to pay your rent, and somebody would have thought, why take the trouble to bond with a child who's autistic, and why? What was the motivation? Because some tenants would have been like, well, I just want to mind my own business. I don't want to get involved.
That is really true.
Yeah.
That is really true. But initially, it was not with the intention of offering him help that got me close to him. But I was curious about the life of autistic people. So I got close to him, and I started engaging in conversations. I wanted to know how he goes about his daily activities,
right,
how he copes with challenges and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, I realized that there are more society can do to help people like
right.
him. So then it drew me to the point where I felt like I had to assist, not just physically, but sometimes also emotionally, financially, and all that.
What was it that struck you the most about how Joshua gets around, or how he lives his life, when you got closer to him?
Actually, it was his background that struck me. I have a computer science background.
Oh, you do?
Yes. And when I learned of the interest he has in computing, it was like, okay, we're on the same page. And then in one of our conversations, I got to know that he could even design web pages and all that. Something I spent 3 years in the university, and so now
you spent 3 years.
I still can.
And you shamefully cannot design a website.
I can't.
But Joshua is designing a website.
At least the basics.
Speaking of which, Amaka will be projecting some of Joshua's work right now on Facebook. For those of you who are watching on Facebook, you will get the opportunity to see some of his work, some of the websites that he's worked on Facebook right now. Okay, please go ahead. So you obviously you can't design the website.
No.
But you find Joshua at the time. How old was he?
About 4 years ago. Yeah, about 4 years ago.
Oh, 4 years ago. How old is he now?
26.
So you're 26. So it means that then he was 22 years.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
And he was designing websites.
Yes. Okay. Not like complex ones, but
Okay.
of course, I mean, ones that would work. Basic
Wow.
HTML website.
Well, hold on. I'm looking at his work. You did this?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You designed the paperbacks and stuff?
Yeah.
Wow. And all of this he learned on his own, or he was aided to do this? Ehud.
Yes. So most of these ones that I'm seeing, in fact, they are new to me. But to the best of my knowledge, he did all these ones. There was a brief documentary, a friend and I, Emmanuel, we tried to put together. And we made him start from scratch to produce a thing like this,
Yes.
or like a couple of them. And he actually did them.
Wow.
Yes. So I can say he did all these ones.
I'm speechless.
Personally, I have not seen some of these works yet. I mean, this is the first time I'm seeing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
All these artworks, you did it yourself.
Yeah.
So when you noticed that you had something in common with him, at that point, what was your strategy to create a team with him to do stuff, or to help him?
Okay, so I thought of helping him, but it wasn't even in the line of what his interest is.
Okay.
I was thinking of, getting some money, put up a store so that he could sell some things and make a living. But then repeatedly, I realized that that was not where his interest was, because he was not actually gelling to the conversation that I raised around that. So I kind of dived deeper and I realized that, okay, this is what he really wants to do.
Yeah.
That is the graphics. So the idea was to first get somebody who could help him sharpen his skills.
Right.
And then also someone who would say, yes, I can employ you to work for me, because his core interest is to be independent. Because sometimes, you know, he keeps asking, for how long am I going to depend on people?
He asks that?
Yes, he does. He does.
Wow.
You know.
It bothers you that much?
So then we started this journey of, you know, looking for someone who would help. Someone who would say, okay, probably I can take you in, maybe in an organization or in any field that your skill would be useful.
Yes.
And this is where we are now.
And how far did you go with that? So all these works, like the ones that are being projected now, are works that were he was contracted to do by individuals, or it's because now he's affiliated to a business?
I think for some of them, he
Look at
would be
that.
the best person to explain if they were like project or it was some works he was doing. Joshua, which ones were?
Yeah.
My friends.
Your friends?
Yeah,
Okay.
my business.
Wow. So I'm curious. Who taught you to do this? Is it from the cafe you go to, or it's you experimenting with your laptop?
No, when I computer created,
Okay.
I continued in IPM.
Oh, IPMC. All right. Okay, so that's where you learned to do this. Interesting. Ma, let me come to you. What realize you as a interest one computer new way no. Well, yeah. I mean, what kind of preparation did you have to make? Was it expensive? How were you paying for his school and all of that?
Ne teacher back home, or we GHS, and I don't know, mammy idea to say, I could only you.
Okay.
So no idea co school match here, co school.
IPMC home. Okay.
And I it no every month.
Okay.
I feel so or the high taxi, not the nickel, not the number. The dear not. Until honor, who say, oh yeah, I dear power.
More tenants ne wo fie no omo nyina na say ehud and I be wo hono mo a mo mpese mo bebe no.
Omo nyina sana oteno o ben pena.
You will like him. You will like him. Wow.
To be honest.
I am so impressed, really. I am extremely impressed. But it hasn't been easy. I can imagine say enye easy sir. A woman said you know we are so proud of what he's doing, but it has come with a lot of hard work. Share some of the challenges that you have had raising Joshua and bringing him this far.
That's ni papa we am there to God the man. Na mu ye din papa. Me ye ma adwin say the situation say me boa no no ngina baby.
Yeah.
So start to go to school. You know, every month they are me tua 350.
Okay.
Every month we are.
Oh, IPMC hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call first term. And call laboni.
Okay.
Now by second term circle panuso. Ti ho we na edi nyamen kwa na me na gina my na we be clear.
Well, cuz another na where how are you making money to pay his fees?
If you understand me say me turn provisions.
Yes. Okay.
See me ye susu kakra. See busu nu ana ma packing na am da go tia because oti ho sana a wonya hwem. Ni nyina so I say ha
ono akasa.
See me see onko the onko ni e be di kra nyame na e be kire. See na e hard.
So the jobs now yeah like you on Facebook Siano, how much does he charge for them? How much money does he make from it?
Me one in China there na on charge nearby many boy BT nearby. Now me per se on man in Tinafi.
Okay.
And see, yes, the cock room, na me share omo yes, be. Hey, now, my coach yaska, send a day on Tinafi all the time. Now I busy.
Oh, okay.
And see, I come home be. First, na ewa la. Like, Sisi ade owo
okay. It's not your mom free.
No, I'm no more yet. Maybe I say on compo say in Tuan Kakra, me man a drainade.
Yeah.
To on person a bear all the time, now draining bear
sharp. But about one person be depending on he doesn't want anyone feeling or looking down on him or making him feel like you're deprived or anything like that.
Obekwa make us up answer
no Obeko. Why? Joshua, why? Why did it take so much effort for you to agree to go to where mommy wants you to go and learn?
I don't want to.
Is it the way they were treating you when you go there?
Yeah.
Or was the way they were treating you?
In fact, that is why I want to make the foundation name just like you.
That's why you want to be self-sufficient, because of the way they were treating you when you go there. At the moment, how are you growing your talent or what you're doing now? Do people come and give you contracts to do these things, or you have to look for it yourself? And how do you look for it?
Yes, I have to look for it myself.
Okay.
And then there's my friends who bring them.
Okay. So sometimes your friends will bring them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me be a little inquisitive. So I see that when you're moving your hand, it takes a bit of an effort before you move it in a certain direction. And with the kind of work that you're doing, you need the hand to be steady to be able to get your picture and your drawings right. How do you manage?
So sometimes if you give me a try, I like to do, I will tell you, you have to take time from me.
Yes. Averagely, how long does it take you to work on an artwork?
Like I did 1 hour to 2 hours.
Are you kidding me? 1 hour? I thought you were going to say 1 week or days.
Oh no.
No, this I have not seen or heard this before. Because even for regular, when I say regular people, some of our colleagues, when you need artwork done, Amaka, why are you looking at me? Amaka, mind your own business. No, I'm just joking, but it does take some time for other people to get the artwork done. But you're telling me that it takes you about an hour.
Yeah.
And for you, that's what you describe as a bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because I want to work faster.
You want to work faster?
Yeah.
What are your dreams? What do you aspire to be, or where do you want to go from where you are now?
Okay. So now I want someone to employ me.
You want someone to employ you so that you can do this more regularly?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have a vision.
You like a what?
I have a vision.
You have a vision,
Yeah.
okay?
To open an organization.
Oh, wow.
Which will take a long time. In fact of everything, you can do this.
Wow.
So I have named the foundation.
Oh, you have already named the foundation?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's it going to be called?
Just like you.
Tech?
No, just like you.
Just like you.
Oh. I have the logo.
You already have a logo for it. Oh wow, you've been busy, Charlie. You've been busy. You've been busy. You're way ahead of all of us. We're sleeping. No. No. We're sleeping. You're way ahead of us. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I mean, you do a lot of planning, right? And you have big dreams to make this happen.
Yeah. And I want to help people, no matter what you are. You are just, like.
Yeah, just like anybody else. Of course you are.
Yeah. That is why I have named the foundation.
Just like you. Wow. What's your relationship like with your sister? Is she troublesome?
Oh, very troublesome.
Is she listening, by the way? Is she listening, mommy? Is she listening? Oh, how about two of you? She's very troublesome, huh? But she's very helpful too. What's her name?
No, I'll go comment.
Nora. Nora, I hear you're very troublesome. Stop troubling Joshua. Let me come to you, Ehud. I mean, he is just a likable personality. You know what I mean? Yes. What's the misconception that people have had about people who are autistic? I mean, what is it that getting closer to Joshua, you've noticed that we have gotten all wrong for a very long time?
I think generally most people think that they are incapable of a lot of activities.
Mm-hmm.
That I think, in my opinion, is a general perception. But in our part of the world, there is this thought that this is kind of spiritual thing. And so if people get close to them, then there could be, that thing like you may inherit this, or you may, So yes, like his mom said, in the house there are a lot of people who are nice to him.
That's great.
But I think on the general look, most people sometimes feel like they should stay a bit
keep a distance.
Distance from them.
Mommy, do you also get that sense? People keeping their distance from Joshua?
Baako.
Baako.
Now, ne grandmother's man is uncle to unit emblem. Out.
Okay.
Oko tena come na I see o see na o scan or bestre. And also there be me ska. Me mama asma me ska kram. It got to unit brain.
I know no say oba no ka bibi search. How do you feel about it?
Makuma mu de na me ya. Ba ya me mana akuma se onya abutre.
Yeah.
No onya akuma so na omo cancer na omo nim.
True.
Yeah, onya akuma mo.
True. Which is very true, because I mean, it would take shows like Unedited to be able to throw light on some of these amazing skills that Joshua has. If not, you would think that he's incapable of doing a lot of things, So Joshua, I mean, when these things happen, you're a very strong-willed person. I don't think it breaks you, does it? Or does it sometimes? Sometimes. Sometimes it does. But you're a tough nut inside. I mean, look at you. Look at the things that you're doing. The people who are supposedly capable or able, and they can't do jack. Me, if you give me this, I can't design. I can't do it. I just cannot do it. I just cannot do it, right? We've got to be wrapping it up. But for you, I mean, when friends come around, or, your loved ones come around, they see how you've become so fond of him. Do they ask questions? And what do they ask?
Well, interestingly, I think it's only one friend who comes around often.
Okay. Your girlfriend?
Emmanuel, actually. Okay, well, I mean, it's normal to ask. So,
don't mind me. Okay.
And he understands the situation.
Okay.
So he is kind of not repelled by his situation, but he's supportive. Actually, he's been one of the people who has given me the push to bring him this far.
Right.
Coming here has largely been dependent on him.
Oh, great.
Because he had a friend.
God bless
and
you,
it was
Emmanuel.
a friend and a friend and a friend and here.
Yeah.
So I do not have a lot of friends, coming around.
Yeah.
But I see that, like, we're saying, those who are not close to him, either, by relation or maybe close as in the house, seem to keep a distance because they have that kind of misconception.
Yeah.
So that is the situation out there. I'm sure a lot of people will, attest to this fact that that is the situation they also find themselves in.
When is your tenancy agreement ending? I hope it doesn't end. I hope it doesn't end.
That's a good question.
One person beko. And the move
That is a good question.
Because I get the impression when I came and I saw you together with Joshua, I realized that he's become very fond of you.
Yes.
And a certain sense of comfort and confidence that he gets when you're around.
Yes.
Right? I mean, when you think about the fact that at a point you have to move on, how does that make you feel?
It's challenging, honestly. It's challenging. The only thing that sometimes neutralizes that thought is the fact that you would not want to live renting all your life.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, even if you're going to rent, you still want to change the environment.
Yeah.
But thanks to technology, so
you would always have him around
Exactly.
some way, somehow.
Exactly.
But you don't. Your tenancy agreement doesn't end anytime soon.
Well, I guess we are over halfway.
Are you kidding me? Please renew it for him at no charge. Is grandma listening? Is grandma listening? Grandma, we beg you, renew for him for free.
that is the sad part of the whole story.
Okay.
Grandma kicked the bucket, I think, about 2 years ago.
Oh.
And she was one of the biggest forces behind his development.
Right.
It really hit him when it happened. And it's still not easy when she recalls how things were and how things are now. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Patricia, you're surrounded with great people. You're surrounded with your mom, Nora, who's very naughty, and Ehud as well, right? But I'm sure that you do miss grandma from time to time, right?
I always miss
You
her.
always miss her. You have to make her proud so that, why she's looking at you from up there, like, hey, Joshua is making me proud, right? Mommy, I'll give the last words to you. For parents who have children who are autistic, or for families who have a member who's autistic, what advice would you give them? And to the entire community as well.
That's okay. Kwanshe be ma omo say omo nyina omo nto omo bo because nyankopon nim yenti a oye akoda ne sa ti onya abota na me kan start and say oye akoda 2 years before or nante enti onante ye ni kasa no so na
I think akra.
so all the time na me kasa na me ne kasa me kasa din say no be your betias Adam so to me shake say
Okay.
Ti me come for the second time we hu ne me pa
Actually, no.
Ti me po bia cho.
What did you call special school? Or did you find out if there were special schools for him?
No, you try.
Okay.
You call a free Accra nyina call ekupon. Baby
Okay.
I be ko bia o manje.
Okay.
Baby I be ekupon kwa ye ko ye manje.
Okay.
Na me ne ba fi me say on trefi no on steady me.
The computer, no. Okay.
So no me na me catch ro bia ga na mamu nyina say wo akwada na say ma wo bibis omo part say ya
Okay.
nya butre na hwe akwada no mani ko school ko school a nyankopon be boa no hu nkwara na omo dwane eye bibia obesua bibi wo na ono so de abone bra na ya mind ye njaja omo and nanti
All right. I have have been so motivated. Thank you for that song. I have been so motivated this evening. Like, I'm not even playing. The beauty about Unedited is I get my takeaway every evening. Every Wednesday, I take my own motivation and inspiration. Major media first before anybody else. Thank you so much to Joshua for coming through. I wish you the very best. And you know what? Any way we can also support, we will. Yeah? We will. I mean, it's so refreshing to know that you don't want to depend on anyone. You know what I mean? Somebody would have been out there begging for alms, but you want to do something, and oh boy, that's all you need to start. That's all you need to start. A big thanks to DJ Phil on the ones and twos, and to Amaka as well, making it go live on social media. My name is Miriam Osei Agyeman. We're back next week, Wednesday. Now, next week, Wednesday is going to be an interesting one. There's a lady who's trended a lot on social media, initially for all the wrong reasons, but she's making some very impressive recovery. She'll join us in the studio. I'll give you more details as the days passes on our post and updates as well. Have yourself a great evening. Let's bring this one back, Phil. Catch you next week.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king.